Hey guys, it's CY back with another racing weekend update. And this might be my favorite one. And it's not because it's my birthday this week. It's not because all of my predictions came true from our last episode, but it's because Sir Lewis Hamilton made it back into first place after 945 days of no wins. So to come home and bring first place home to Silverstone, last time with Mercedes before he heads to Ferrari, a 2024 British Grand Prix win for Lewis Hamilton was something I was hoping to see, and we made it happen. I'm so excited for him. The race radios were incredible to listen to. Very emotional. Lewis was emotional, his team. Hey, and whether you're a Lewis Hamilton fan or not, we can all appreciate a great comeback story. He also broke several records in the process of this win. He has broken Michael Schumacher's record for most wins at a circuit. So this is the 9th win for Lewis Hamilton at Silverstone. And he's also broken a record for the most podiums at a single circuit, which is 15 podiums at Silverstone. It's pretty, I mean, he's the man, you know what I mean? And even if you're a fan or not, like you can't argue with that. So awesome to see him, rain at Silverstone, not a unlikely thing to see every year. We're kind of always expecting it, but it caused some interesting strategies for the drivers and having to make some decisions about when to go on their wet tires or switch to inners. And incredible to kind of hear the back and forth. Some of the drivers were pretty firm on like, hey, no, it's not wet enough. Let's stay out. Or bring me in. And that tire strategy really played a part in Lewis's win, along with some of their upgrades they've made. So I think everything's just clicking at Mercedes right now. I think things are going well. Not for George Russell, though. He did not finish this race coming off of a win. I don't know what that phenomenon is, that you win a race, it's been a while since you've been up on the podium, and then you don't finish the next race, a la Charles Leclerc. But no, I don't know. I don't know what was going on. It was a car issue, but hey, I loved seeing him congratulate Lewis at the end of the race. He was the first one to walk up to him, so it was cool to see that. I'm hoping for another Lewis Hamilton win at this next upcoming race, but hey, we'll see. I was just happy to get that last one at Silverstone. Carlos Sainz made up some great points and in the process lapped Leclerc at Silverstone. So I'm not sure what's going on at Ferrari. A lot of changes over there on their leadership and some of their staff changing over. We'll see what goes on there. Same thing with Red Bull. Having Max on the podium with Lewis was an interesting one to see. I'm sure he didn't have that on his radar for this year, but I was happy to see it. But hey, where's Sergio Perez? What's my guy doing? He's got his contract extension, and some of the terms and conditions of that contract have really come to light. There are some performance clauses in there. So if Sergio doesn't step up his game and show some pace, there's possibility he could be replaced mid-season. And I've seen some rumors and Twitter rumblings from fans that say, hey, put Ricciardo in that Red Bull seat, or maybe even Liam Lawson. So I don't know what's going to happen, but my guy's got to step up the pace. I want to give a shout out, though, to Nico Hülkenberg from Haas. He has scored more points in the last couple of races than, man, I haven't seen Haas do that well in some time. So shout out to those guys. And he's not a new driver. He's not really necessarily on the come up, but it kind of feels like he is. He's kind of making a reappearance in F1. And I don't know. I love it. I love to see that guy get some points. He's a fun driver to follow over all of these years. So, another key point of the race this weekend at Silverstone was the teaser trailer for the F1 movie. Last weekend, I talked about, that it was released, a date was going to be released for the following summer. But I didn't have a name for it. I was probably just calling it like the F1 movie. There were rumors it was called Apex. But this last weekend at Silverstone, they released a trailer and announced the official name. So a little drum roll, please. The official name of the F1 movie is F1. And that's it. Just F1. So is it lazy? Is it straight to the point? Is it showing a cosign and stamp of approval from F1 themselves? I think that's more it. I think no one's more protective of their brand than F1. And, they put a lot of resources and time and training the actors and drivers to be accurate. And, I think it's a stamp of approval. It's showing their buy-in. It's showing their support, and Apple knows what they're doing. Some people kind of made fun of the soundtrack chosen for the trailer with Queen's "We Will Rock You." How many movies has that song been played in? I would say 40% of movies have that song or another Queen song in there. But hey, those guys are making their royalties. I don't know. I don't know if it was the greatest trailer I've ever seen. I just think if you like drivers, seeing stories of drivers or racing in general, I'm going to tune in. I don't know what to expect. I didn't have Brad Pitt driving in an F1 car on my bingo card for the last, 2 decades of my life. But hey, I'm excited to see. I'm a fan of racing. So I think if you're a fan of racing or sports, you're going to tune in. And hey, maybe it'll inspire a new generation of F1 fans. Moving on to NASCAR, you guys know how I feel about NASCAR. I love to go to races, and I used to think that I was the rain curse. Every race I go to is rained out. Almost 50% of the races I've ever gone to have been rained out, but I purposely avoided Chicago this weekend to give them a shot. Last year was the first inaugural race in Chicago and almost completely rained out, and so the second year has similar energy. They had quite a bit of a rain delays, a lot of delays, a lot of cautions. At one point, I think it was up to 100, maybe a whole hour and 45 minutes of a delay. Ultimately, the city had to say, or the race had to say, we got until 8:20 to wrap this race up, and we're going home. We've been out here all day. And Bowman took it home after a 80-race victory drought. So cool to see. But my favorite story of the weekend was actually Tyler Reddick in the iconic Chicago skyline Jumpman shot with Michael Jordan on the side of his car. One, cool because he's an owner in the team, 2311. So, there's already the immediate ties from Jordan. But to see, I don't know, there's something about seeing basketball and racing in one place. To have that visual on the side of the car was incredible to see. The job that they did, it was so dynamic and crisp, and it's the actual Jumpman logo that they used for the brand from that image. Really cool thing to see. Bummed he didn't get a win there, but still really awesome to kind of see that collaboration of two sports that I really love. So a fun one to watch. I am looking forward to maybe next year and avoiding it yet again. Actually, you know what? This time I will go, and maybe I'll be the difference between it raining and not. So we'll see. But thank you guys for listening. I am excited to provide more updates soon, and happy birthday to Unk. I will see you guys next week.